All right. All right. Let's start.
Are you able to
Hello.
hear me?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, Hello. Welcome everyone to the Think Over webinar series, where we bring the industry experts to talk about technology landscapes to help you scale and modernize. This webinar will help anyone who has recently signed up with GCP or for people who wants to advance their career in cloud computing and data science. And I promise this conversation would also help business owners and the people who already has experience with other cloud platforms. Hi, I am Vivek, and on this edition of Think Over, we have Murari with us. Murari is a data analytics specialist at Google. He has over 14 years of experience working with traditional and modern data platforms. He has previously worked with companies like Microsoft, uh, KPMG, and HSBC, where he has led cloud data strategy and implementation for multiple enterprise customers. Interestingly, he has also authored a book which is called Data Analytics with Google Cloud Platform. Go check that out on Amazon. He's also a part of Mentor for Change program run by Niti Aayog, Government of India. So, such an honor to have you on this conversation, Murari.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
for making time.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate and good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Uh, Happy to be part of this discussion and feel free to ask questions. I would be taking the questions also during the session or at the end of the session, and happy to answer any questions around the cloud data platform, GCP data platform. Thanks a lot, Vivek, for inviting me over here.
It's an honor. Okay, so as Murari said, that you all will get a Q&A session will be there at the end. So you can ask your questions. You can put down your questions now. Okay, so we will take that at the end. So let's start with this. Discover GCP webinar. So my first, first we will start with guiding our audience through a quick GCP tour. So if you could walk us through, how the GCP platform is, you can share your screen.
Sure, cool. So, see, folks, right? So, I will be going through the tools and explaining you a couple of features which is part of the Google Cloud Platform, right? But before that, right, I just wanted to quickly set up the context that most of the industries right now is moving towards the cloud, right? Why it is so? And during the pandemic, you must have seen a huge growth into the IT and cloud computing side of it. Why it is happening? Why people are suddenly aware and suddenly like got interested into the cloud? So see, with this pandemic, right, the infrastructure which was being managed on prem with respect to the different companies has become a challenge, right? They were trying to basically there would be if you are hosting anything on prem, you definitely need some person to manage it, some person to basically what will say do that particular monitoring, managing, and all those things. So that's where it was quite challenging for the organization to go ahead and then set up that complete landscape around the on-prem infrastructure, and hence the cloud demands or cloud computing demands gone up, right? So multiple different cloud companies has come in, right, and they offer different type of services. But when it comes to GCP, right, Google Cloud Platform, we started little late into the race. But being Google, right, we were already focused on the data and other what will say uh, uh, service related things, right? So with this GCP platform, what we are trying to do is the services which are being used internally by Google search or Google ads or any other things, right, has been given directly via a GCP platform, right? So I will quickly try to talk about couple of features which is very very interesting and unique with compare means within the Google Cloud Platform ecosystem. So let me quickly share my screen, and I hope my screen is visible. Maybe if you can quickly confirm. I hope my screen is visible, right?
Yes, it is visible.
Cool. So see, this is what we understand as a part of Cloud Platform, right? That by 2022, which is this year, right, 70% of the enterprise will integrate with cloud management across private or public cloud. By 2024, right, what we see is over 50% of the IT spend will go for digital transformation and innovation. So you will see these buzzwords coming in right now also, that everybody is looking towards building something around a digital transformation, trying to do some innovation using data, machine learning. And by 2025, right, so there's so boom of AI ML right now, right, that we anticipate by 2025, right, all these enterprise will going to be embedded into the AI side of it, right? At Google Cloud, right, what we try to do is we try to build the culture of innovation and agility, right? We are primarily focused on the transformation, okay, so that we get the business productivity and allowing employee to collaborate well, right? We give best user first product, okay? So if you are like coming first time also onto the GCP platform, you will find it very easy to learn and pick few of the things, right? And then most of our technology is primarily focused onto the industry specific, right? So you will see technology led innovation. So we have built very very specific solutions around the different industry as part of Google Cloud Platform. Okay, why Google is a best cloud platform for your journey? Because let it be your new workload, let it be your migration, or let it be your digital transformation, right? We offer solutions around all these three platform, all these three journeys, right? So you can definitely migrate your data, use what I'll say AI ML enablement, right? You can do some workloads, you can do the digital transformation using the multiple other things. When it comes to security, right, we are based in class secure. So you can see how our security, we are secure by design, right? We manage all our network privately. There's a data protection, right? And then there's a security by default. So at Google we follow a principle that zero trust policy, okay? So we never trust on anyone, and that is what the security policy which we have. Just to talk about why Google Cloud makes different, right? So we have, as I told you, we have best-in-class security to protect the system data. We are very much capable enough to support hybrid as well as multi-cloud environment. So in case you want to go ahead and use and couple of your system or application is hosted on-prem or hosted on other cloud, we are perfectly okay, right? So we support hybrid and multi-cloud. We offer most of the services which we offer is fully managed and serverless, right? So there is no ops required. So basically you get of ease of using of serverless services, right? All our services has intelligence building, which is via AI ML. And then we give best of our culture, which is to our partner as well as our customer. So this is what I just wanted to thought to say about the Google, that what makes it unique for the GCP side of it. Over to you.
All right, that's awesome. Okay, could you tell us like why GCP is the great place to get started? As in, we use so many Google services. Why alone the GCP would be the great place to get started?
Sure. So yeah, maybe I have covered it in my previous slide, but again, I will try to take a quick
Yes, simplify
stab
us.
into it.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
So maybe again, so what I will try to do is I will focus again on this particular slide once again, that why GCP, right? Why what makes Google Cloud Platform different, right? So when we say that why GCP, right? We are born a data company, right? So whatever service which you will get as part of GCP are fully embedded with AI ML, right? we are what will say the promoter of open source technology. So whatever service which we offer mostly are hosted on the open source, like Airflow, what will say Apache Beam and all those type of technology which is completely open source. Most of our service is hosted on that. We provide best in class security. As I told you, we work on to the zero trust policy, right? So all the security protection of the data encryption is at place, right? At when it comes to data in transit or data at rest, we provide a different type of encryption or a protection policy, right? We offer a solution where we can connect with the hybrid as well as multi-cloud type of environment as well, right? So we have multiple solutions where you can across connect with the different data sources and make us complete robust data layer onto the GCP cloud by connecting to a different hybrid as well as multi-cloud solutions, right? Another thing which I quickly just wanted to talk, right, that why GCP is again we offer. I think we touched upon that, right? But we have
Yes.
the great industry experience as well, where we innovated or come up with multiple different industry-based solutions, okay, to cater and solve very specific problems around healthcare or retail or financial or media type of it, right? You must have recently seen that Google Map has recently launched the 3D view, right? So similarly, we have a different industry experience. When we merge it with the technology, we come up with a very innovative solutions to basically solve it for that particular industry.
Okay.
So yeah,
Thank you. Yeah. Thank
over
you
to you.
for
Yeah.
sharing your insights on that. Okay, let's move on to the next question, which is what are the data services in GCP? That is first part. And we heard a lot about BigQuery. Could you just share some insights about the BigQuery?
Sure, sure. Yeah, so I think you are very true and on the spot there, Vivek, right? So most of the customer which we have right now uses BigQuery as one of the solution, right? So I will try to again summarize with few slides that what are the different data services which we have and why BigQuery, right? So when it comes to the data, right, what we feel is these are the three important challenges which industry is facing towards the data strategy, right? Scaling the infrastructure, finding the critical talent, and optimizing the cost. Anybody can implement the solution onto the data side of it. But when it comes to the best solution and optimized solution, that's where we come into the picture and try to solve that problem, right? So what we have done, right, to simplify all those problems which I just talked about, right? We deliver all our solutions around the serverless analytics, right? Where we do not have any infrastructure. So if I talk about BigQuery, right? In BigQuery, you do not have to go and provision any compute. It's a completely serverless service which is given by GCP, where you can come basically just inject your data and basically
I think we,
technology, right? All
yes.
our solutions are built on embedded ML, right? And then whatever service we build as part of our Google Cloud platform, we make sure that it can scale to an enterprise level so that customer can use it at the full pace, right? These are a couple of our customer list I just thought to talk about who are using primarily the data-led innovation, right? So all the different customer across different regions, across different industry uses the GCP platform extensively. Okay, when it comes to primarily focusing, so under GCP we have different application based services, Kubernetes, networking, infrastructure, and all those. But primarily when we focus on the data side of it, this is the portfolio which we offer as a part of GCP data platform, right? So it starts with the rich data experience, which is nothing but the visualization via Looker. Looker is nothing but our data visualization tool, which is primarily used for the data visualization use case. When it comes to databases storing the data, we have multiple different database pertaining to your need, which could be in memory or which could be structured, unstructured. Okay, so we offer Cloud SQL, Bigtable, Spanner, Firebase, and Memory Store as a part of database offering. When it comes to analytics, we have like BigQuery, Dataflow, Dataproc. For data management, one of the very core portfolio which we have is around artificial intelligence. So within AI side of it, we have some specific service, right, which is given. Also, I will go and deep dive around the artificial intelligence part of it, which is focusing around on that what are the different service which we bring around the artificial intelligence. From data lake and data management perspective, we have BigQuery storage, cloud storage, and as I said, right, we always focus on the data access and data security. For that also, we have multiple different services. So this is the overall portfolio of the GCP data services which we offer as a part of a GCP platform. When it comes to the recognition, we are the leader in database analytics via Gartner, Forrester, right? When it comes to cloud data warehouse, we got all the accreditation which is required in order to become a modern cloud data warehouse platform, right? And the another offering which I think which Vivek was interested to know about, BigQuery, right? So BigQuery is one of the USP or unique selling product which we have within the GCP ecosystem. So BigQuery is a petabyte data warehouse scale analytics platform. So it is a completely serverless data warehouse type of platform. If I try to compare it with some traditional database, you can think of like a Teradata or a Oracle type of database, which is hosted onto the cloud and which is completely serverless, right? So if you have type petabyte type of data also, you can ingest it into the BigQuery, and it's very easy to query that within, I would say, few seconds. Even though your data is in petabyte, you will get that data queried quite easily. Okay, so this BigQuery completely works onto the internal Dremel based architecture, which is a proprietary architecture of Google. Okay, or your data is basically stored into a different compute as well as different storage, so it works on the decoupled architecture. Couple of unique features which I just wanted to call out as a part of BigQuery is it's a fully managed. You can ingest the real-time streaming data also in the BigQuery, and what you can do, so one of the very again unique feature is it has built-in ML models. So we offer something called as BigQuery ML. So with the help of BigQuery ML, the person who is not familiar with Python or any machine learning side of it, okay, you can definitely go ahead and create basically a simple what I'll say models within the BigQuery ecosystem itself. And when it comes to high speed reporting, you can definitely go ahead and use the BI engine on top of that, right? So this is how the BigQuery offers couple of unique features, right? What is BigQuery? As I told you, right, it can enables you with petabyte of the queries, right? It supports the standard SQL. It is fully managed and highly encrypted and durable, right? When it comes to partner ecosystem, right, you can ingest the data coming from any source system via Informatica, Talent, or JDBC or ODBC driver directly to BigQuery. Okay, so you have a very seamless integration with multiple different tools on-prem database which can be pushed into the BigQuery. When it comes to Google product, you can again push the data which is coming into different Google product like Google Drive, Google Ads, Google Analytics, right? All those data can be again pushed into the BigQuery as a single layer of the truth. And once the data is ingested into the BigQuery, on top of that, you can use your own use case in order to develop the report or a machine learning model using the different tools and technology which can be hosted on top of BigQuery. Okay, so this is primarily focusing on BigQuery. I was talking about the BigQuery ML, which is a quite unique features, right? So when I'm saying the unique feature around the BigQuery ML, so you can see this is a two-step process. So you do not need to be master on Python or anything else. You can just write a simple SQL statement to create the machine learning model. So within BigQuery, you have the option to create the custom model using a standard SQL. So something like when you write the create table name, the similar way you can go ahead and write create model name, and then just your model is done. And then once the model is ready, you can use it for the prediction, right? So it is as simple as like writing the SQLs on BigQuery ML to create the models. The another part for BigQuery is something like with BigQuery, once you fire the query. So this is how the BigQuery console looks like, by the way. Okay, so if you can see my screen here, so this is the BigQuery console, which will looks like. Okay, you select a project over here, and then you fire the query, which you can see here. Select a star from this table, limit 1000, and you get the query output over here, which is a query result. So once the result is over here, you have the option to go and explore it into the Data Studio. Data Studio is again a data visualization tool which really integrates with BigQuery. So you can just click over here, explore in Data Studio, and then your reports would be ready to use type of thing. So you can use these features in order to develop your reporting on top of BigQuery. BigQuery has a unique feature of Q&A. So the person who is not again familiar with writing the SQL, they can go ahead and write their normal questions using the plain English, and they can get that information on top of BigQuery. Okay, so it supports something like an NLU type of natural language understanding mechanism to go ahead and write the plain English to fetch the data coming from the BigQuery tables. Okay, so this is primarily focusing onto the BigQuery side of it. Any questions from the group? I'm happy to answer. Maybe we can take few
Yeah,
questions from.
maybe audience can put down their questions and we can take that at the end. Yeah, thanks for simplifying the BigQuery. I hope our audience got a glimpse of what is BigQuery. Let's move on to AI and ML. Google is known for machine learning. And how do you want our viewers to learn artificial intelligence and ML with GCP?
Sure, yeah. So just to answer that again, okay, I will try to again share my screen. Sorry for that. I am sharing and resharing again and again. But yeah, just
No
to talk
issues.
a bit more around
Yeah,
the AI ML side of it, right? So
yeah,
as I said, right, whatever service which we offer, right, we are democratizing the AI ML, right? So we have multiple different components. So I talked about BigQuery ML. I'm going to talk about the Auto ML, right? So we are trying to basically democratize AI ML by uh, giving the different solutions around it where the person does not need to have a data scientist, right? So so I talked about BigQuery ML, which is not offered by our competitor, right? We have the depth of AI ML. So if you talk about cloud speech to text, right? So when you speak onto the Google search and then you get that search, right? We support 120 different languages, right? We accelerate the time to market fast, right? But when it comes to GCP, this is the ecosystem which we generally follow. So we follow three types of expertise into the cloud AI space. So the left hand side, which is nothing but pre-trained and API solution, is something which is ready to use type of APIs. So what you need to do is you do not have to go and basically what will say do any training. So the training is already done and model is ready to use. So couple of service or couple of APIs which are ready to use are document AI, vision AI, NLP AI. So if you have some requirement in your project or in your organization, you are very flexible, and you can just call those APIs within your program and feed the input and collect the output, right? So these APIs are ready-made, okay, where you do not have to basically put the effort in developing the model. Rather, it's ready to use type of things which can get started right away. The second type of option which we offer as a part of GCP AI or Cloud AI platform is custom AI with Auto ML. Again, this Auto ML is something where the machine learning models are given by Google. What you need to do is you just need to do the labeling based on your training data. Okay, so again, it's a no code platform where you do not have to go and develop the model from scratch. Rather, you can use the models which are provided by GCP Google Cloud Platform and then use it for your own uses. And then the last one, which is primarily around end-to-end AI, where you can go ahead and develop your own model based on your use case, which is completely customized based on your use case. What we offer in order to incorporate all these features, right? We offer a platform which is called as a Vertex AI. Vertex AI is nothing but a unified platform to basically create, manage all the models, which could be your custom model, auto ML model. You can basically do the end-to-end machine learning activity starting from ML ops, training, testing, deployment, retraining, versioning, model monitoring, model drift. All those things can be done onto the single platform, which is nothing but a Vertex AI. This product or this feature or this service has been recently launched, which is very very useful for the customer who is using machine learning at a very very what will say huge space, right? And this platform is quite flexible, secure. In order to deploy the model, you can easily deploy it and get the endpoint and that directly consume or call that endpoint into your particular program. Okay, so I would encourage everyone to just look into Vertex AI also, because again, if you are solving some bigger problem around AI ML side of it, definitely this is the destination for you.
Sounds
Cool.
interesting. Vertex AI. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So let's move to the business part of it. So Google being a data company, what is there for business owners in GCP platform?
Sure. So as I said, right, we are primarily focused onto the industry or a domain-based organization. We try to solve couple of unique problems within the each domain or each industry, right? So I have just highlighted few examples over here which we have solved for different organization, right? So primarily around American Cancer Society, right? We use Cloud ML, okay, to detect the breast cancer and basically with this platform, which is Cloud ML engine, the image analysis was 12x faster. Okay, and we were able to analyze, basically American Cancer Society were able to analyze 70 plus images in 3 months, not just the 3 year. So this platform really helped them to expedite and come up with a what will say faster image analysis. The second use case, which I just talked about again around the machine learning side of it, right, is around the AES Corporation. So AES Corporation is primarily, the people who does not know, right, is around the renewable energy company, right? So they had the windmill, which is hosted into the US across the different areas, right? So what we did, we have implemented a auto ML vision solution, and we wanted to find out that which windmill or which what will say plate of the windmill has some defects, right? And this help them, basically before applying the solution they were trying to do all these things with manual photo inspection. So they were capturing the photo, and then they were looking into the photo and then finding out that okay, this plate is getting damaged and they want to replace it. But with this auto ML vision which has been applied for AES Corporation, they have eliminated and they have basically improved the inspection time from 2 weeks to 2 days. So with this model which has been deployed in order to detect a defect into their particular windmill, they were able to get the higher accuracy as well as the very improved timeline. The another example which I just wanted to call out about over here is Bloomberg. Okay, they use translation API, which is again a pre-trained AI ML model. So I was talking about three different categories. The first category, which is nothing but a pre-trained AI model, which is around translation API. Bloomberg has used it to basically translate the news into real time. Okay, so as and when the news comes, that has been that gets translated into different languages across the country. So we supported 100 plus language around 170 countries to translate it in real time. So these are few of the AI ML specific use case I just thought to call out, other than the normal traditional data, what will say a warehouse or data modernization or digital transformation type of use case, which we generally do for most of our customers.
Awesome,
Couple of
awesome.
again,
Thanks for sharing
yeah,
those use cases.
yeah, some of them is
Yes,
like
yes.
Gojek, Italgica, right? So and Carrefour, right? So for Gojek, right, the people who might not know, right, it's again the Southeast. It's a big company in Southeast Asia, right, which is provides a transport. So it's like a Uber, okay, which if I just to summarize, right. So and they have evaluated again $1 billion plus, right. So they were running their ecosystems with Google Maps and Google Cloud and trying to find out the optimized route for multiple million drivers, okay, through their mobile applications. So again, this is one of the what I'll say one Google story where we have used Google products like Google Maps, Google Clouds, and all other services to bring value to the customer.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing that. So let's move to the next question. I am sure there are a lot of people from the industry who wants to learn GCP. Most of them are IT professional, and they have the question. They must be having question in their mind that how to learn GCP and what are the career opportunities in GCP.
Sure. So again, as I said, right, GCP. So right now you will see multiple different opportunity around GCP. We are hiring a lot, right? You must have seen there are so many requirements. We are recently setting up an office in Pune as well. So and that office is expected to start very soon. Okay, so we are
Wow.
hiring a lot, but when it comes to training, right? Uh, Definitely you can look into cloud.google.com/training, but these are the different learning path which I would suggest for the individual who has been there on the call, that definitely you need to depend on to your role what you are targeting. You can maybe go ahead and select one of the track and then plan for completing it via certification, right. So if you are just looking for a cloud admin or cloud engineer type of role, you can go ahead for a track or for a path of Azure cloud associate cloud engineer, right. So as part of associate cloud engineer, what you need to do is you need to go through something like a cloud fundamentals, compute engine, and Kubernetes, right. And there are different Coursera materials, quick labs which are available for the folks to get trained on. Okay, so I think most of the things are easily available at quick labs. Okay, so if you have not heard about quick labs, I recommend you to go through the quick labs exercise, and there you will find the different tracks for each of these roles. The second track is around the cloud architect, so you can definitely select this particular track, which will lead you to the professional architect certification. If you are planning to move towards a network engineer, you can definitely select this track. So similarly, we have different tracks based onto the role which you are targeting for, right. So if you are trying for SRE, if you're trying for cloud developer, we have a different certifications. If you're targeting for data engineer, then we have something called as professional data engineer track certifications which are available, and all these informations are readily available at our portal, which is nothing but this cloud.google.com/training. Okay, so I encourage everyone to go to that particular platform and then maybe start your learning journey there. Okay, so and there are different tracks based onto your target. You can select one of the track and start what will say start basically start learning and getting more depth around those technologies.
Right, right. So there is a lot of documentation available on the Google. Even YouTube has a lot of webinars which you can it's guide you through the Google platform, Google Cloud platform. And if you want to, you can follow Murari on LinkedIn. He is easily approachable person there. So he will be very happy to help you out with your career as well. So
Yes.
with that, I think we are running out of time. The last
So yeah, we
question
can we
would
can
be
I think we can
yes,
move into the
yes.
Q&A section directly, Vic. So that
Sure,
was from my side. Yeah, so we can take few of the questions since
sure,
folks must be
sure,
interested. Yeah.
sure. Yes. Let me check. Okay, we have to check the comments. I think people can comment in the LinkedIn event, so we can take up your questions.
Yeah, so I can see one question from Kalpesh, which he's talking
Yes.
about what is the next offering or how we can see GCP pave to the road of AI/ML, right? So thanks a lot, Kalpesh, for asking that question. Definitely, Google is focused on AI/ML side of it, right? So we have multiple different what I'll say use cases, multiple different services, okay, which we offer around the AI/ML, right? So I will encourage you to go and look into a couple of the YouTube videos which we have trying to solve, right? So we have something moonshot program which we are running, okay. So that is one of the what I'll say innovation which we are doing. Other than that, we have something around what I'll say 10x thinking. So there are multiple innovations which we are doing around AI/ML, and we use multiple different what I'll say deep mind. So there are companies like DeepMinds and other which works with us, okay, which is a part of Google ecosystem, who helps us in basically improvising and coming up with the right type of offerings and right type of roadmaps around the AI/ML side of it.
Yeah, we are getting some more questions. Let's take the next question here. Okay, Kshitij asks,
Do we need any background in the cloud domain? No, Chitish. So there is no prerequisite. If it's just that you need to select one particular track or one particular path. If you want to move into the data space, some basic like SQL or Python experience would be required. May not be something very specific to cloud. And based onto the targeted track, definitely you can go and learn and attend some of the trainings, and maybe you can complete the certification. So it is as simple and as easy like that.
I hope Kshitij that answers your query. Okay, let's move on to the next question. We have Sachin Jadhav. He asked this question.
Yeah, so for document processing and OCR, what is more reliable and recommended? Okay, very good question, Sachin. I think you have the experience around both, which is Vision AI or Doc AI. So Doc AI is primarily serving for some specific use case. Consider if you have some documents which are in invoice format, which is like primarily into what I'll say into the so consider if you have some specific document which you want to pass and convert it into the digital format. That's where you will go for the Doc AI, because we have some predefined parsers which are available as a part of Doc AI offering, which allows you to basically extract the data quite easily. Okay. However, for Vision AI, it's primarily based on to identifying the objects and couple of other use cases, right? But Doc AI is preferred solution when it comes to the document processing and the OCR technique. Okay. I hope I was able to answer your question, Sachin.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. Any Google developer events in Pune? Pratik asks.
So there are multiple events going on. Okay, so we have something called a Google Developer Community, I think GDG or GDC, Google Developer Group or Google Developer Community. So Pratik, I request you to be part of that. I think it is handled by Mahavir. So he organized multiple different sessions across the different what will say groups in Pune. Okay,
Okay,
can you
okay.
differentiate between Looker and Data Studio? Again, very good question, Sai. I think you again comes from a GCP background. Looking at the question, I can definitely relate that. So Looker is primarily focused on the advanced visualization type of use case where you want to do. So Looker is primarily based onto the modern visualization use case, right? Where you want to have the requirement of calling the data as an API, take some action, build a semantic layer, and all those, which differentiate Looker from Data Studio. Data Studio is primarily focusing on to type of operational reporting. Okay, so where the data is there in BigQuery and you quickly want to develop a report, you can definitely do it with Data Studio. However, Data Studio also integrates well with other products, but primarily for the operational type of reporting, we prefer to have the Data Studio. Any suggestions on migrating legacy application on GCP? Thanks a lot for your question, Papu. Definitely, we have one very good page on Google GCP platform, which will give you the guidance that how you can migrate your application, because it's not a simple topic to talk about. It has multiple different components, starting from the database to the application code to the security and multiple things, right? So I encourage you to go to that particular page and definitely go through it. In case you have any follow up question, do ping me onto the LinkedIn, and I will be happy to answer that.
I think we can take this as a last question. Rehna Walia asks.
Okay, can you share the link of Google? So there are multiple free trainings also available, Rehan. So okay, so you can definitely follow the Google Cloud Platform link, or to me, right? So we offer free as well as paid courses, right? And there are multiple different free trainings, like 1 day training or for a particular topic or for a particular subject or for a particular track, right? So definitely there are multiple free ample amount of materials available when it comes to the training and enablement.
Okay, all right. We have come to an end of this webinar. I hope that our audience has learned something new. I am so glad that we could make this happen, Murari. Thank you for your thoughts. Thank you for sharing your insights on GCP. Everyone, I encourage you to follow our LinkedIn page and social media handles for tech jobs updates and the best work culture practices we follow. One interesting news about Techspian is we have recently nominated at the Startup Summit 2022 for the best culture and the best company for women's. So you can check those updates on our LinkedIn profile. So yeah, finally, let us know what you think of various cloud platforms. Which tools are you using for data migration and analytics? Comment below. And then join us next time for another new topic. Until then, take care. Keep learning.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, folks, for joining in. Really appreciate. Feel free to get connected with me and ask any questions if you have. Right, happy to answer any follow up questions if we will not be able to cover as part of this session. Right, and looking forward to talk to you again. Okay, thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Same here.
Thanks.
Thanks, Murari.
Thank you.